Welcome everyone. So today we are going through Sim8085, a short demo of all the broad features that are available in the software so that you can use it effectively to learn assembly language programming. When you load up sim8085.com, this is what you should be seeing. If you have written any program earlier, it should be visible here. If not, you would be seeing this default code. Here you have three panels. On the left hand side we have the CPU registers and flags. You can also view the memory and the input output ports. We will go through each of them in a bit of detail later on. And on the right hand side we have the assembled output, which we will again see a bit later. In the center we have the code editor. Obviously we'll write some code here, and on the top we have the action buttons which allow you to run the program, assemble, debug, and clear all the settings and all the data rather. Also you can change your theme. So this is by default, it chooses the system theme. Whatever is selected in your operating system, that is what is selected, but you can change it based on your preference. So now let us go through writing a very small program. Let's see. I have done this many years ago, so I hope I'll be writing a correct one. So what we are doing is just going to add up two numbers. You, by the way, you can write it in either case, lowercase or uppercase. The assembler handles it. We will then add up these numbers, and we'll look at some other features like memory and all later on. But let's say this is a very basic program that we have written, and now we can run it. Just go to this button in the action button and click it. So you will see that the software says that okay, it has run successfully. You also see assembled output, which is basically the opcodes and what goes into the memory, which is actually run. And you also see the result of the program that has been run, that in A now has the value of 0D. We can also look at the memory. So this is the program that has been loaded into the memory after it has been assembled. The opcodes and the data, everything has been loaded. So that is why you are seeing some entries in the memory right now. Okay, let's do the next step, and let's do something like saving this value which has been calculated into a memory location. And now we'll use a keyboard shortcuts. The keyboard shortcut for run is, you can see, Control F5. So I'll just press Control and F5, and yes, it is running. So the answer is same. And we can see that in the memory now we have a new tab or a new pill, whatever you want to call it, that shows that at 2000 hexadecimal memory location there is a new value, because we have stored the accumulator value into 2000. So this is how you can look at the memory. Now let's say I want to load these values from some memory location rather than storing it directly in the accumulator. So let's say I want to do load into accumulator from, let's say the first number is in 2000H. Again, pardon me if I go wrong, because I haven't done this in many years, but I can write simple programs, I hope so. So let's now what do I do? Okay, I move this value into B from A. Then I again load another value from 2001 location, and I can do add B, so it should have, you know, a 2000, the value in the 2000 memory location will go into B, and the value in 2001 location will go into A, and then we add A and B registers and we should get the value at 2000. If I run this right now, since there is no value, rather I'll clear it first. If there is no value, I should see the accumulator is 0, and yes, it is 0, nothing is there, so nothing is added up. So now let me show you another feature of Sim8085 where you can input some values in the memory. So we are right now interested in the memory locations 2000. Sorry, I'll store the value at 2002. So we are interested in the memory locations 2000 and 2000 till 2002. Okay, so we will watch these ranges. So what I did was I clicked this button which says watch a memory range, and I input these values, that is 2000 to 2002, and I do a watch range which shows me these locations. I can add as many ranges as I want. Okay, and then I'll enter some values here, let's say 4. Another tip here, when you are in this editing mode, you can just press tab here, so you don't need to double click this location 2001. You can just press tab and go to the next location, and let's add 3. Okay, and then I can press enter to confirm it, because I don't want to add anything in 2002. Just enter and it should be stored. Okay, so I have 2 numbers in the locations that I want, which I have specified in my program, and I should be able to see the result in 2002. Again, I'll do Control F5, and as you can see, the result has been populated in 2002, which is 7. So we'll also quickly look at clearing the data. You can clear the data from like here. You can click this, or you can click this button which says clear all data. This will clear the registers, the flags, and the memory, so everything will be clear. Okay, so be careful when you click this, because what will happen, what just happened is that I also cleared this memory, okay, which I had entered. So be careful, if you have entered a lot of numbers in the memory locations, they will all be lost. So let me just reverse it. So this should be fine. Let's move on to looking at step-by-step program execution. So you can, by the way, you can just assemble the program and load the program into memory, but not run it using this, okay, using this button. So as you see, the program has been loaded into memory, but nothing has been run. Okay, so there is no value in 2002 yet, so that's all good. And what we can do next is we can start debugging. Okay, we can step through our code. Maybe it's getting complicated and we don't know where the bug is, or something is not right, so we can just step through the code. So to start it, we can do Alt F5. So run is Control F5, and the debug mode is Alt F5, which is an alternative way of running the program. You can think of it that way. So I'll just do Alt F5, and then if you see, to execute one instruction we can do F10. Okay, so we'll just execute this line. So when the line is highlighted, that is the line 4 is highlighted right now, which is jump to the start label. It says it means that when you press this execute one instruction, jump start will be executed. Okay, it has not been executed yet, so we'll do you can click this button or press F10. I'll just press F10, so it will go to, as you see, line number 9. where there is no instruction, that's fine. And then we will again do the same thing, and now we are going to run the LDA 2000 statement, which will load the accumulator. Okay, so let's see if that happens. Yes, that happens. That's good. Now B register will be populated using the A's accumulator's value. Let's see that. Okay, that's working fine. Now A will be populated from 2001. Let's see. Yes, that's working fine. Adding. Yep. And now you see, you go to memory. 2002, nothing's there. Let's execute this statement, and yes, now we have 7. We can do F10 again, and that's halted the program. That's done. Okay, so the next set of features we are going to look at are some of the UI and UX features that make your lives easier while using this software. So one of the things is you can resize these panels. Maybe you're on a smaller screen or something like that, and you don't have enough space, or the code area is smaller, so you can collapse these panels completely. Just click these buttons. So if you see, it's not active yet, so if you click this button, it will open up. If you again click it, it will just close it. So you can click any of these to show and hide the panel. Okay, by the way, you can also resize it. Okay, and you can also resize this panel, the right one. Maybe you can't read it properly, something smaller, so you can extend it, or you can hide it if you don't have enough space. So you can show and hide these panels. You can go through all the keyboard shortcuts using this help here. You can read through all of them. There are also some settings available. So this says that when I do a run of the program, what will happen before that. Okay, so let's say if I run this program, what will happen is, before the program is run, the A register, the accumulator, the B and C and everything will be cleared, so those will have values of 0. Similarly, the flags would be cleared, they will not be set. I can also do a reset all memory location, but that's not enabled by default, because mostly people do write programs which read from the memory and do things like that. So resetting does not make sense by default, but it can make sense in some case. If you want it, you can enable it. Alerts are these things that you see on the bottom right. So if they feel annoying to you, you can just stop them. So another feature you can use is the input output ports. So these are supposed to be used with the in and out instructions. So let's say I do in from the port 0, and let's add some value here, let's say 3. And if you do this, you would see that the value 3 is now in the accumulator, which is what the in instruction does. I can also do, let's say, something very basic, and then I do an out to let's do an add first. So add, and then let's do out to 01. So let's execute this program, and yes, so as you see, when you do out 1, the output the accumulator value goes into the output port 1. So that is how you can use the input output ports, not to be confused with memory, which is this. Okay, so another feature that you can use, a small little feature, is you can copy this assembled output by clicking this small copy button, and maybe you want to submit it somewhere or share it with someone. So this is how the output will look like. You can store it in some text file or wherever you want, and share it. Okay, so that's another small feature. So that's a basic overview of all the major features available in Sim 8085. I'll do a similar demo video for the mobile version, since some of the interactions on the UI side are a little bit different, though not much. So I'll do it separately. But I hope you are enjoying. If you have any suggestions, any bugs, please come over to the discussions, or you can submit some ideas about how you can improve, how we can improve this software, and help out anyone doing 8085 assembly language programming. So thank you. Bye for now.